Guys, welcome to Audrey's reading area. Shout out to my grandbabies, Korea, Sanaa, David the Third, and Kaden. Miss you, love you, can't wait to see you again. Yes, shout out to everybody here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know I'm going to ask you to click that like button, click that share button, then go on over to YouTube and smash on that subscribe button for me. You know I'm trying to get a lot of subscribers, so please subscribe. Today is Educational Tuesday. So I have an educational book that I'll be reading for you, but it's fun and exciting. Alexa, what time is Audrey's reading area?
Audrey reads in her area live at 8 o'clock p.m.
Live. Let's do it. Live. Live at 8. Well, all right. Let's just jump right into this book. I think you guys can have a clue of what I'll be reading about tonight. What whose book or what theme? The Magic School Bus. In the Time of the Dinosaur. The Magic School Bus. Let me put on my other eyes, right? And then I am going to jump right into this book. So, it says The Magic School Bus in the Time of the Dinosaurs by Joanna Cole, illustrated by Bruce Degen or Degen. Can you see? Can you see? There we go. It's aiming so you don't see too much of the ring light. By Joanna Cole, illustrated by Bruce Degen. The Magic School Bus. Illustrations are cute. Nice, right? It is a scholastic book. So, I'm going to show you the pictures. I'm not going to read every single thing because it's a lot. It was Visitors' Day at our school. Parents, relatives, and friends were coming that afternoon to see our work. In Miss Frizzle's class, we were making the whole room into dinosaur land. And I will hold the picture up so you can read these, what they're saying to each other. These little things here are showing what they are saying to each other. And some dinosaurs ate other dinosaurs. Dinosaurs. A dinosaur. Oh, dinosaur. So suddenly Miss Frizzle said, "Please pay attention, children. I have wonderful news." A word from Dorothy Ann. Prehistoric means anything that happened before people started writing history. Prehistoric. In case you didn't know what that means, prehistoric means anything that happened before people started writing history. And so you can see what they're saying to each other on that page. And see little dinosaurs. Our class has been invited to a dinosaur dig, explained the Fritz. We'll be leaving right away. As we went out, one kid grabbed the video camera. Others took along model dinosaurs for good luck. When you have the wackiest teacher in school, you need all the luck you could get. We couldn't believe we had to get on the rickety old school bus again. Kids held their lucky dinosaurs tight and hoped for the best. Dinosaurs were special. Some dinosaurs may have been warm-blooded. All of today's reptiles are cold-blooded. So sometimes they have little facts on the corners, and so I'll try to read some of them. Dinosaurs were reptiles by Carlos. Dinosaurs were a group of special prehistoric reptiles. Reptiles are animals that have backbones, have scaly skin, lay eggs, and are cold-blooded. These are the reptiles today. Dinosaurs were special. Dinosaurs had straight legs. They could walk or run fast. Today's reptiles have sprawled out legs. As we rolled onto the highway, Miss Frizzle shouted from the driver's seat, "We're on our way to fossil country, kids. Who knows what a fossil is?" Luckily, we had done our homework. We knew a fossil is anything left from a prehistoric animal or plant. After we'd been driving for a long time, we came to a desert where people were working. Miss Frizzle said this was the dinosaur dig. The people were paleontologists, which are scientists who study prehistoric life. Can you say paleontologist? It's not the easiest thing to say. So this is close up what the students are saying. This is close up what the students are saying over here. And asking questions. Dinosaurs were special. Dinosaurs were on Earth 1,500 times longer than humans have been so far. No people ever saw a dinosaur, by Flory. When early humans appeared on Earth, oh wow, dinosaurs had already been dead for millions of years. People found out about dinosaurs from fossils. These are 5 kinds of dinosaur fossils: bones, teeth, footprints, skin prints, eggs, and nests. Wow. You're learning. And it's fun, isn't it? Everyone at the dig was working hard, using all kinds of tools to separate the fossils from the rocks around them. The paleontologists told us they had found the fossil bones of a duck-billed dinosaur called Maiasaura. Maiasaura. Wow. The paleontologists seemed sad. We were looking for fossil eggs, they said, but we haven't found any yet. We saw a gleam in Miss Frizzle's eye. Want to look for some Maiasaura nests, kids? She shouted. She rushed us onto the bus and drove off. She drove off. Wow, human, you will be able to tell the thigh bone of a dinosaur, a Maiasaura. We hadn't gone far when Miss Frizzle stopped the bus. She turned a dial on the dashboard and the bus began to change. It looked like a giant alarm clock. Miss Frizzle said it was a time machine. Wow, can you imagine going back in time with Miss Frizzle? The hand on the clock started moving backwards. 1 hour back, 1 day back, 1 year back. Outside the windows, the desert was whizzing by 1,000 years. 1,000,000 years. We're on our way to the time of the Maiasaura. Hang on, class. Hang on, class, yelled the Fritz. Ring, ring, the alarm went off. We heard Miss Frizzle say, oops. We had a little machine trouble. We went back too far in time. But it's nothing to worry about, nothing to worry about. We missed the time of the Maiasaura by millions of years. So it says, what was the earth like then? One giant continent called Pangaea. Rainy jungles, many deserts, warm temperatures, no winter anywhere. Wow. They went back millions of years. The Frizz pointed to some dinosaurs that were hunting on the banks of a river. Their name is Coelophysis, she said. These early dinosaurs were small and light. The giant dinosaurs did not develop until later. See, they went back too far. So they're there before these big dinosaurs. They're there for the little dinosaurs, right? Suddenly, a large reptile rose out of the water and opened its huge mouth. That is not a dinosaur, Miss Frizzle said. It's a phytosaur. Phytosaur, a crocodile-like reptile. The phytosaur caught a little dinosaur and pulled it underwater. We wanted to get back on the bus pronto, which means like right now, like right now. But Miss Frizzle said we had to learn about Triassic plant life. Not Jurassic, close though, right? Triassic plant life. Now let's look at this. You can read what all the kitties are saying to each other in the story. A predator is a hunting animal. Prey are the animals. A predator hunts the prey. No predators are part of nature. Hunting is the only way they can get their food. They're talking about some teeth here. Sharp, pointy teeth from man-eaters. Odd-shaped teeth from plant eaters. We were examining some ferns when Miss Frizzle shouted, "Look at those terrific prosauropods." They were the first dinosaurs to eat plants. And see what they're saying to each other? A sudden downpour caught us by surprise, but the dinosaurs went right on eating. We ran for the bus and Frizzle called, "Get ready to go forward in time, kids." So this is where they are now, what they're saying. The last things we saw before we took off were some small furry animals. Miss Frizzle said they were the first mammals. The hand on the clock moved ahead, and the Triassic rainforest whizzed out of sight. Ring, ring, the alarm went off. We heard Miss Frizzle say, "Oh no, we had stopped too soon." It was the late Jurassic period, the age of giants. Now you guys can say Jurassic, like Jurassic Park, right? So this is the first page. And this is the second page. And you can read what they are saying to each other. "Notice these sauropod dinosaur children," said Miss Frizzle. "They were kind of impossible to miss. They were the largest land animals that ever lived." Wow, the sauropod. I'm trying to pronounce it, the sauropod. And then over here it says, dinosaurs were special. Some dinosaurs may have traveled in herds. None of today's reptiles do. Under a pile of leaves, we found some dinosaur eggs just about to hatch. Nearby, some stegosaurus, planted dinosaurs, were eating plants. One of the stegosauruses had a hurt leg. Aw. Had a hurt leg. See what they're saying? Suddenly, an allosaurus approached the wounded stegosaurus. Stegosaurus's spiked tail lashed out. It missed Allosaurus by an inch. What would happen next? We held our breaths. Oh boy. Allosaurus's tooth, actual size with the serrated edges. That's the actual, this is my finger. And this is the actual size of the tooth. Wow. Wow. Being a predator is dangerous. Predators can get hurt or killed by their prey. This is why meat eaters often attack prey that is weak, sick, or young. Fossil dinosaur eggs have been found. Inside some, there are tiny skeletons of babies. The largest dinosaur egg we have found was about the size of a football. Wow, interesting. Allosaurus darted close and took a big bite. Then it moved back and waited. Stegosaurus got weaker and weaker. It had become food for the Allosaurus. Oh, wow. Took a big bite. Oh, well. As we ran for the time machine, Miss Frizzle pointed out some strange birds. The first birds appeared in the late Jurassic, she said. Then she pushed the fast forward button and shouted, "Maiasaura, here we come." Maiasaura. Here we come. Ring, ring, the alarm went off again. We looked out and then we freaked out. Once again, we had stopped too soon. Here we are in the late Cretaceous period, announced Miss Frizzle. At this time, there was a sea right in the middle of our continent. Can you see? It says no dinosaurs lived in the sea during the Cretasaurus during the Cretasaurus. Dinosaurs lived in places that were not covered by water. Wow. Out the windows, enormous sea reptiles swam by. Overhead, flying reptiles glided past, dipping their beaks in the water to catch fish. We were getting a little wet, so the Frizz set the clock ahead again. Wow. It says sea reptiles and flying reptiles. Were they dinosaurs? No, they were relatives of dinosaurs, but they weren't exactly dinosaurs. The next thing we knew, we had traveled forward 2 million years. Now, we were at the very end of the Cretasaurus period. This was the time of the last dinosaurs. This was the time we had been looking for. As soon as we got off the bus, we saw that the Cretasaurus world was different. The weather was cooler. There were colorful flowers and fruits everywhere, and there were lots of new plant-eating dinosaurs. These plant eaters could chew better than any other dinosaur, said Miss Frizzle. They had terrific teeth for grinding, and they had cheeks. Check it out. First page. Now you can see what they're saying. You can read. You can read. What was the earth like then? That's what I read. Yep. And read. You can see what they're saying to each other. New plant eaters of the Cretasaurus period. Good job reading, you guys. We were watching the plant eaters chew when some Tyrannosaurus approached. Tyrannosaurs were the largest meat eaters ever. Their mouths were giant biting machines with 60 sharp stabbing teeth, like my little buddy right here, huh? How about this one? How about that? Eee. Tyrannosaurus rex, largest of dinosaur teeth. This is the actual size. This is my finger. Yeah. The Tyrannosaurs were scary enough. Then a pack of Troodon showed up too. They were small, but there were a lot of them. They began circling the bus to see what it was. We sized up the situation and ran. So read the comments that they're saying to each other on this page. And then you can read the comments that they're saying to each other on this page. Don't forget, you have the option to pause it, so you can pause and read. It says dinosaurs were special. Some dinosaurs may have hunted in packs. None of today's reptiles do. I'll show you what that says too. Plant eaters and meat eaters. As we came over the crest of a hill, we saw an incredible sight. It was the Maiasaura nesting ground. The Maiasaura nesting ground. This is what they went to go see in the first place, right? So it says dinosaurs were special. Some dinosaurs may have fed their babies. None of today's reptiles do. I guess the babies are on their own for finding food. Why do we think Maiasaura babies grew up in nests? When scientists found the first Maiasaura nests, they saw crushed eggshells, showing that babies might have stayed in nests and stepped on shells. Skeletons of different sizes, showing that babies might have grown bigger in nests. Worn down baby teeth, showing that babies might have eaten food brought to them by their parents. We weren't the only ones who had found the Maiasaura. The Troodon had followed us. They invaded the nesting ground. The Myosaur parents defended their young. All at once, a sandstorm blew up. In minutes, a thick layer of sand covered the dinosaurs. Everything happened so fast. There was no way we could help the dinosaurs. Maybe they would become fossil. Back on the bus, Miss Frizzle drove forward in time. We thought we were going home, but on the way, the bus screeched to a stop. Screech! Screech! You can read, you can read. And this is where the bus screeched to a stop. Oh boy. We are in the very last minutes of the Cretaceous, I can't even say it, Cretaceous period, said Miss Frizzle. A bright light was shining in the sky. Notice that asteroid, said the Frizz. It's a huge rock from outer space. Soon it will hit Earth. The asteroid will cause an enormous explosion. Black soot will fill the air and block out the sun. Plants won't grow, and millions of living things will become extinct, including the dinosaurs. Miss Frizzle, could we leave before the asteroid hits? I probably would have asked that same question. When the alarm rang, we were back in our own time. The paleontologists were worried about us and came looking for us. We gave them a tip on a fossil site. Then we waved goodbye and drove back to school. A kind of animal or plant is extinct when every single one has died. That makes it extinct. So this is when, yes, they're getting in their bus going back home. They made it home and they're all talking to each other. Oh. In the classroom, we made a chart of our trip to the dinosaurs. Just as we were finishing it, people started coming in for Visitors Day. Oh, wow. This is really, really nice. What Earth is like today. So just read along what everybody's saying and see the different tables that they have together. Really good. They did a really good job. And we have dinosaurs we'd like to see. Beautiful. They also have some living plants are like ones from dinosaur times. That's right. So take your time, pause it, and read. The visitors admired everything. They had never seen such fabulous projects, such wonderful books, or such an incredible video. And of course, they had never met a teacher quite like Miss Frizzle. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Model of dinosaur skeleton made by Phoebe, made from chicken bones and clay. She probably got some real bones from where they went, right? And this is the other page. Your teacher seems like an interesting person. Yes. From the author's desk and the artist's drawing board, you can read everything it says. Birds are the dinosaurs of today. They live in groups, they feed their babies, and they are warm-blooded. And this is from the artist's drawing board. Feel free to pause this video so that you can read everything it says. Well, the end. She's brushing his teeth to the dinosaur exhibit. She is brushing this dinosaur's teeth. The end, the end, the end. Wow. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for enjoying my reading. Thank you for sharing my video. Thank you for clicking like, and thank you for going over to YouTube and smashing smashing that subscribe button for me. All right, you guys. Don't forget, YouTube, Audrey's Reading Area. Smash it. Thanks for being here, you guys. Thank you for sharing my videos. All of you, especially my cousin Ellie and my girl Victoria. Thank you so much for sharing. I will see you again live, Live, live at 8 tomorrow. I'll see ya tomorrow. It's only a day away. One day. See you tomorrow, you guys, here at Audrey's Reading Area.